Hello students, we will be covering the topic the contents of the cell. I have made notes and displayed them throughout the video. Kindly pause the video according to your convenience and note them down in your biology notebooks. So let's get started with it. Now the main contents of the cell are the nucleus, the cytoplasm, the cell organelles and the inclusions. We will be studying about the nucleus and the cytoplasm today. So let's start with the nucleus. Now nucleus is a prominent spherical or oval structure in a cell and it was discovered by Robert Brown in 1831. Now what is the nucleus made up of? It is made up of the following parts. The first part is the nuclear membrane. Now like a cell has a cell membrane to protect it from the external environment, in the same way nucleus has a nuclear membrane to protect the nucleus. Now nuclear membrane is a thin double layered membrane. It separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. Now the nuclear membrane is made up of lipids. Lipids means fats and proteins. The second part of the nucleus is the nucleoplasm. Now again, like a cell has cytoplasm, in the same way a nucleus has nucleoplasm. Now what is a nucleoplasm? It is a colorless fluid within the nuclear membrane. That means inside the nuclear membrane. In this liquid, chromatin material and nucleoli are found freely suspended. Now the third part of the nucleus is the nucleoli. Now the cells have cell organelles which perform certain functions for the cell. In the same way, there is nucleoli in the nucleus. It is a dense, round and dark staining organelle. It is rich in RNA. RNA means ribonucleic acid and proteins. Now what is the meaning of dark stain? See, there are two types of stain, light stain and dark stain. Now what are the functions of these stain? Whenever we observe a cell under a microscope, it is not visible. So what we do is we stain the cell. While staining, some of the parts absorb only the light stain. And when the parts absorb the light stain, only those parts are visible. And some of the parts absorb only a dark stain. So here nucleoli is a dark staining organelle. That means it will absorb the dark colored stain and then become visible under the microscope. Now the fourth part is the chromatin material. Now again, chromatin means colored material and it indicates the ability of this material to take up the stain. It mainly consists of the DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid, which is responsible for storing and transmitting the hereditary information from one generation to another generation. Now what is the hereditary information? These are the characteristics which pass on from the parental generation to their next generation. Now the functions of nucleus. It is the chief controlling center of the cell. It controls metabolic activities taking place inside the cell. Metabolic activities like the activities which will form energy inside the cell. It also controls the hereditary transmission. Hereditary means the characteristics which will transfer from one generation to another generation. Now the second content of the cell is the cytoplasm. Now what is cytoplasm? It is a protoplasmic mass of the cell other than the nucleus. It lies outside the nucleus and inside the plasma membrane. That means in a cell it will surround the nucleus. Now it consists of a semi-fluid, homogeneous and colloidal ground substance called the cytoplasmic matrix. Now the cytoplasm consists of organelles and inclusions freely suspended in it. You will study about the organelles in the next video. Now, what are the functions of the cytoplasm? The main metabolic activities occur in the cytoplasm. Why? Because all the cell organelles are suspended in the cytoplasm. The second most important function of the cytoplasm is it stores a number of important molecules such as glucose, vitamins, amino acids, etc.